What is up, people, and welcome. Today we're going to be doing our first ever review of one of the most anticipated games of this year, Horizon Zero Dawn. The first thing you will notice about this game is the graphics are amazing. I have seen many amazing looking games this generation, down to the Order 1886, Bloodborne, and even Uncharted. But this is easily the most impressive looking game on PS4 to date. The attention to detail put into the world and its characters are phenomenal. This is Guerrilla Games we're talking about, and they were always known for making their great graphics. Even if you are not a fan of their games, their graphics always were solid. The lighting, the texture of this game is clear, smooth, and crisp, and it really makes the world look lively. And they even put small details like ants crawling up a tree, and as time goes by you can see the water on the ground evaporate, which was pretty amazing. The weather effects are also great, and the world just looks so beautiful. There's an option to change the graphic settings to your liking. One is the favorite resolution, which is to play the game at 2160p. It super samples your display resolution if your display doesn't support 4K. And there's the other one that favors performance, which renders your game with a smoother performance with enhanced graphical features, which I prefer. And I'm not a graphical fiend, but for those who are, there will be little to no complaints about the graphics. As someone who played the game on PlayStation 4 Pro, the game is locked at a steady 30 FPS, and it doesn't suffer from any major dips or drops in the frame rate, which is very impressive for its vast open world. This is definitely an accomplishment for Guerrilla Games. The story is a refreshing and unique take on a post-apocalyptic world. You play as Aloy as she's trying to find out why she was made an outcast since birth, and the mysteries of what happens to the old ones, which are the people before the apocalypse, and the world before the machines took over, and how the machines came to be. As I discovered some of the clues and mysteries of what was happening, the game kept making me want to find out more, and it really kept me interested with the story. The presentation was also well executed, and the story grabbed me as soon as the game started. As soon as the game started, there was something going on, and it instantly drew me in, which is a huge plus. There are only a select few games that do this and do it well. The pacing of the story was also well done. The main story never felt dry or boring or corny. Even some of the side quests has little impact in the story. If you don't complete some of the side quests before moving on, some of the characters and dialogue will be left out of the main story, which was pretty interesting to me. One of the only problems I found was that the dialogue may come across weird at times, though this happens during the side quests and not the main quest. And it's a few of the side quests, not all of them. But the story of Horizon was very impactful, emotional, and filled with mystery, and it kept me on edge until the very end. Of course, this is an open world game, so you will come across and encounter many different characters and personalities. There are characters like Ross, who acts as a father figure and a mentor to Aloy, and there are characters like Neil, who loves killing bandits just for the heck of it, and Olin, who seems a bit jumpy. Each character kind of seems to have some sort of mystery about them, which is pretty interesting, though they are not as interesting as they could have been. And of course, the character that stands out the most is Aloy. Her character and charm stands out with her motivation, passion, and confidence. She can be cocky at times, and she doesn't take crap from anyone. I don't want to give away any spoilers, but there was a moment in the game where someone said something kind of slick to her, and the way she reacted, I was actually surprised, and I was like, okay. Which I like to see in a character, because I don't like to see the character take crap from anybody or anyone, and it's cool to see the character stand up for themselves. Aloy is definitely a PlayStation icon that is equal to Kratos and Nathan Drake. She's definitely that character that you're going to want to root for. The gameplay is definitely where the game shines. They took the best aspects from other open world games and made it to their own thing. Combat is very fast paced, and you can switch between weapons very easily. And killing enemies is very satisfying. When you take down a smaller enemy, even like the Watchers, it just feels so satisfying seeing them go down when you hit them in the weak point. And there are many ways to go about taking down your enemies. You can use stealth, or you can lure your enemies into traps that you set, or you can hack a robot and let him fight the battle for you as you sit back and watch. And of course, you could go in bow blazing, which I like to try different ways to take down my foes. Crafting is an important part in this game. It is simple and very easy, and you have to craft ammo, potions, or a bigger inventory bag. Crafting is no brainer though, so if you don't like crafting in your games, this crafting may not get on your nerves as much if you just hate crafting, because it's not hard at all. As long as you loot all the robots you kill and go scavenging a little bit, you should be good. The only time you may have to go a little out of the way if you want to make a bigger inventory bag, because you have to kill animals and get the meat from the animals to make bigger inventory bags. But aside from that, you don't have to really go out of the way. And even that, the animals are generally all over the place. You can find them anywhere. And I did play the game on very hard, so I had to try the game on normal. So I played like a few hours on normal just to see how it was. And the difference, of course, the robots take less health, and there's more vegetation and plants around, so you'll always be stocked. One of the other things I've noticed, and you're aiming for a target's weak spot and you're slightly off, it seems like it has a slight aim assist, so if you shoot, the arrow still hits its mark. I'm not 100% sure if this is true, at least that's how it seemed when I played it on normal. As for the side quests, they are good and diverse, and some of the side quests are more important than others. You have your hunting quest where you have to hunt a robot or a group of robots. They have tracking quests where you're tracking someone or something. And they have more important quests that are a lot different from other regular side quests. And they're more like the main story quest. They have hunting grounds which act as challenges, and they have different hunting grounds throughout the world. And each hunting ground challenge is different. It's completely different from each other, which is a good thing. And they have cauldrons which act as tombs. And they have other things like corrupt zones where you have to clear out. And they have collectibles. So if I ever got bored of doing one thing, there was always something else for me to do. I did platinum the game on my first playthrough, but this doesn't mean Horizon Zero Dawn doesn't have replay value. Because if you platinum the game, it doesn't necessarily mean that you 100% completed the game. So with all that being said, my final verdict for Horizon Zero Dawn is a 10 out of 10. If you own a PlayStation 4, this is a must buy. This is definitely the game that you're going to want to talk to your friends about and share cool and epic pictures. And props to Guerrilla for making such a great open world game, definitely for their first try. Oh yeah, I do apologize that the review took so long, but my house is full, and I mean full, fuller than full house full. And it has a lot of traffic, so recording can become very difficult at times. Also, I do make the videos on Share Play, and yes, I know, your boy's a bum, but I'm just trying to make the best out of what I got. So if the video messes up or if it doesn't record right, I kind of have to do like a retake, and it can become a little time consuming. And I thought I just may let you guys know what's going on exactly. So don't forget to comment down below, power up by hitting that like button, subscribe to join the guild, and if you are part of the guild, hit the bell to know when I'm uploading a new video. Look at me, reviewing Horizon when everybody else is talking about Mass Effect's bad face animations. As always, my boys and girls, have a good one, and game over.